After 12 minutes of that, I'm glad that's turned off. Genoise sponge, and what we've done, we've started with 4 whole eggs in the bowl, and we've been whisking that, as I say, for about the last 12 minutes with 125 grams of caster sugar. So we've got this lovely light fluffy egg mix ready for our sponge. Just a slightly different take on a Victoria sandwich, maybe slightly lighter, a slightly more delicate sponge. So we're going to sift some flour into that. I've got some soft flour here, some soft cake flour, 125 grams of that, so equal quantity with the sugar. We're just going to pop that in. In the base mix with the eggs, I put a little bit of vanilla powder in there as well, just to enhance the flavour. And we're going to fold this in now, really lightly. You've spent that 12 minutes getting all that lovely air and everything into that egg mix, so you don't want to knock it back too much. So just using a whisk, really lightly cutting and folding, mixing that in. And the last ingredient we've got to go into this is some melted butter. So I've got 80 grams of melted butter here, just warm, not too hot, and we're going to pour that in. And I haven't quite finished mixing the flour in yet. By adding the butter now, mixing the two together, you're just running less risk of knocking more air out of the mix. So it really is a question of cutting and folding that in, just nice and lightly. Just until it's homogeneous, just until the lumps of the flour have mixed through. I'm going to get rid of the whisk now, just going to change, and we're going to go for a spatula, and I'm just going to fold around the edge of the bowl, work around the bottom once or twice, just to make sure that's all nicely mixed. And here I've got this is actually a terrine mould I've got for cooking this in, but a cake tin. You could put it into a round tin if you were making a gâteau. And we're going to scrape the mix into there. There we go. Pop that to one side and just level that out in the tin lightly. Again, not working it too much, just trying not to knock any air out of that. So we're going to drop that there, and that's our sponge mix ready to go into the oven. About 160 degrees, and it will take 20 to 25 minutes. And here I've got one that we've cooled already, and it's such a versatile cake. You can use this for an afternoon tea, you could use it for lining a terrine mould, you could use it as the base for a mousse. But today we're going to slice some of this, and we're going to use this as part of an afternoon tea. So we've got a lovely light sponge there, and we've got some lemon curd, we've got some cherry jam, we've got some cream, and I think it's about time for a cup of tea.